So, and here we go again. We've got to do some trigonometry review. Things that you learned in pre-calc that you're going to need to remember how to do. So the first thing I would like you to do is I would like you to get your notebooks out, and I would like you to draw a unit circle. So I would like you to draw the unit circle, and then I would like you to fill in all of the pieces of information. So I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see. So what you should see right now is what we're going to do is a unit circle review and unit circle trigonometry review. I'd like you to draw the unit circle, and I'd like you to fill it in. So remember, I need you to put the degree, the number of radians, and then you also need to put the coordinates of each of the points. So this first one is 0, it's 0 radians, and then it's 1 and 0. And then if we remember, this is 90 degrees, and it's pi over 2 radians, and then this is 0, 1 is the coordinate. And I want you to fill it in for the whole circle. So pause the video and fill in your own circle. Okay, now you should have filled in your whole circle. So what it should look like is it should look like this. Okay, so just double check the top half and pause the video. And then double check the bottom half, pausing your video and checking those. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to review how to do a lot of the math that goes along with this. So you have to be able to use that unit circle to actually solve problems. So first of all, we are going to start with, we're going to take a look at some problems and the types of things you're going to have to do. Okay, so the first one, we're just going to start out really simple. We're going to start out with the tangent of pi over 4. Okay, so we need to remember a couple of things when we go through and do unit circle trig. We need to remember how to use the unit circle. So if we're going to find the sine of some angle, and we'll call that angle theta, sine on the unit circle is the y coordinate of the point. Cosine on the unit circle is the x coordinate of the point. Tangent is y over x. Okay? Now remember, these are all kind of connected. So if we are to do cosecant of theta, cosecant is 1 over y. It's kind of connected to the sine. Secant of theta is 1 over x. It is connected to the cosine. And then tangent, or cotangent, I should say, COT of theta, is the reciprocal of tangent, which is going to be x over y. Okay? So, here we go. Let's go through and figure out what the tangent of pi over 4 is. So I'm going to pull out the unit circle, and we just need to figure out where pi over 4 is. Notice right here, pi over 4 has this as its coordinate. So what I have to do is I have to do the square root of 2 over 2 divided by the square root of 2 over 2, which of course is 1. So what is the tangent of pi over 4? The tangent of pi over 4 is 1. Now, what if we get to something a little bit more complicated? What if I give you the sine of 3 pi over 4 times the cosine of 5 pi over 4? Okay? The biggest thing here is you know that this is what is the value at those things. So remember, sine is the y coordinate, and 3 pi over 4, you need to know where that is located. So let's take a look at our unit circle. Here is 3 pi over 4. And remember, sine is the y coordinate of the point. So it's a square root of 2 over 2, and it's positive. So you do need to make sure that you keep your signs correct when you're doing this. Now, cosine of 5 pi over 4, well, 5 pi over 4 is down here. Okay, so 5 pi over 4 is down here, but cosine is the x coordinate of it. So it is negative square root of 2 over 2. Negative square root of 2 over 2. So you need to multiply these together. So the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is 2, but it's negative. And remember, just multiply across. And then the 2 times 2 is 4. So reduce your fraction. It's negative 1/2 is your answer to this problem. Okay? So what if we did something a little bit different? What if we did secant? Okay? So what if we did the secant of 4 pi over 3? Okay? So we have the secant of 4 pi over 3. So you need to figure out what that is or where that is located. So I'm going to show you here that 4 pi over 3 on our unit circle is right here. But remember, secant, if we look back at our thing, secant is 1 over the x-coordinate. And our x-coordinate is negative 1/2 on the unit circle. So it's going to be 1 over negative 1/2. But you do need to remember that lovely rule that we use all the time. If you have a fraction in the denominator, don't ask why, just flip and multiply. So it's going to be negative 2 over 1 is going to be our final answer. Or you can just say, of course, negative 2. So this is how we use the unit circle to find values of trig functions. Well, what if I gave you in the unit circle, what if I gave you something like this? What if I gave you sine minus 1 of negative square root of 3 over 2? What is this asking you to do? Okay, so in the previous problems, we were trying to find the value. What this is asking you to do is what is the angle that has negative square root of 3 over 2 as its value? Okay, so let's go through and let's take a look at the one that has negative square root of 3 over 2 as its sine, or at some sine value. So what is the angle that would have that? So let's take a look. Sine is the y coordinate. So we need to go around the unit circle and we need to know where we would have a y coordinate that is negative square root of 3 over 2. Okay, so what angle is that? So the angle that has that is right here. Notice the y value is negative square root of 3 over 2. So that means the angle is 4 pi over 3. We will rarely use the degree measures, okay? More often than not, AP Calculus uses the radian measures. So please get more comfortable with using those, okay? Well, what if I gave you this one? What if I gave you tangent minus 1 of negative square root of 3? Okay? So what is this asking you for? This is, what is the angle? What angle has a tangent value of negative square root of 3? Okay? So that's what we're trying to find. We're trying to find the angle value. So I know for a fact that it's not going to be the square root of 2 over 2, any of those. It's going to be one of the other ones. Okay? So because we're going to have to flip and multiply the fractions. I also know that tangent is y divided by the x. So if I'm going to take this and divide it by this, okay, 1/2 divided by the square root of 3 over 2, I know I'm flipping this one, so the square root of 3 is going to be in the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to try one of these. Okay, so I'm going to say let's try square root of 3 over, is it square root of 3 over 2? It's negative. Well, I know for a fact this one's going to be positive. So let's go to its counterpart kind of over here. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, so let's take a look at this and just kind of see. It's going to be y divided by x. So if I do the math, and this is, I have the square root of 3 over 2 divided by negative 1/2. If I flip and multiply, I get negative 2 over 1. These cancel out, so it is negative square root of 3. So this angle, 2 pi over 3, is one of my solutions, 2 pi over 3. Now, we need to remember when we're working with tangent, we have to have certain domains that we use, okay? Because the other thing is, if we go down to this quadrant, down here at the bottom, we also could get that same thing if we use, not that one, this one right here, if we use that one, okay? So if we do that, it's going to be y over x. So it's also at 5 pi over 3. So which one is the one that we use? If you remember from last year, tangent has a domain in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. So for tangent, we have to use quadrants 1 and 4 as its domain. So we're going to pick the 5 pi over 3 as our answer. Okay? The 2 pi over 3 is acceptable, but it's not within the domain of the arctangent or the inverse tangent. So what if I gave you something